Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the English news of Bình Phước radio, television station and newspaper. I'm Hưng with the latest news for today. Proactively preventing fire and explosion risk. Vietnam and France promote cooperation. Standard Chartered projects 6.7% growth for Vietnam in 2025. Yên Tử Spring Festival open. Ladies and gentlemen, Chairwoman of the Bình Phước Provincial People Committee Trần Tuệ Hiền has signed and issued Official Dispatch number 55 on strengthening fire prevention and firefighting measures in the province.
The chairwoman has directed provincial departments, agencies, organizations, and district, town, and city-level people's committees to consider this a regular and key task of their respective agencies, units, and localities. Leaders must fully recognize their roles and responsibilities, enhance vigilance, and avoid complacency regarding potential fire and explosion risks. Efforts should be intensified to raise public awareness of fire and explosion hazards, regularly conduct evacuation drills and fire prevention training, and disseminate legal knowledge and regulations on fire safety for different types of buildings, facilities, private residences, mixed-use buildings, and high-risk establishments. Proactive fire prevention plans must be in place, especially during holidays, festivals, and peak dry seasons. For the provincial police, the chairwoman has instructed strengthening training and professional development in firefighting, rescue, and emergency response for relevant forces. They must always be on standby to effectively and promptly handle fire, explosion, and accident incidents at the local level. Additionally, authorities should focus on inspections, rectifying shortcomings, increasing sudden checks, and strictly handling violations of fire prevention and firefighting regulations.
Job creation remains a crucial concern to ensure sustainable social development and significantly contribute to local poverty reduction efforts. In 2025, Bình Phước aimed to create employment for 45,000 workers.
Recognizing employment as a key factor in sustainable poverty reduction, provincial authorities, sectors, and businesses have effectively implemented various job support initiatives. In 2024, over 50,700 people were employed, achieving 118% of the annual target, an increase of 9% compared to 2023. For 2025, apart from effective vocational training programs, functional sectors will enhance labor market surveys, update supply-demand information, review recruitment needs of enterprises, and strengthen employment counseling and job placement services.
Starting in 2025, farmers will have a significant opportunity to engage in tourism-related economic activities. Under Article 21X of the 2024 Land Law, provisions allowing the combination of agricultural land use with commercial, service, and tourism purposes, which enable farmers to develop green economy by leveraging their farm's potential.
Currently, Bình Phước has about 95 farms capable of offering tourism experiences. However, the activities remain limited and lack structure to a route or collaboration with the tourism sector. This is expected to change in 2025 as the revised land law introduces clearer regulations, providing a foundation for farmers to actively participate in tourism development and green economic initiatives. A key highlight is that agricultural land can now be used for commercial and service purposes without requiring a land use conversion. This long-awaited change will allow farmers to generate higher profits from their existing land while fostering green tourism and farm tourism, unique strengths that only they possess. For ethnic minorities in Bình Phước province, traditional cultural values can be preserved and integrated into modern tourism activities, creating distinctive attractions and new prospects for agricultural tourism. This in turn will enhance farmers' livelihoods and incomes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính received the newly accredited Pakistani ambassador to Vietnam, Khadija Marie, in Hanoi on February the 7th. Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính commended the ambassador for his contribution to strengthening Vietnam-Pakistan relations, particularly in the field of culture, art, and religion, which have fostered greater mutual understanding between the two nations. He underscored that both Vietnam and Pakistan possess substantial potential for cooperation, which should be actively harnessed to elevate bilateral relations to a more practical level, thereby contributing to peace, stability, and cooperation within South Asia and Southeast Asia, as well as the broader Asia-Pacific and Indian Ocean region. The Prime Minister suggested that the ambassador acts as a bridge between ministry, locality, and businesses of the two countries to promote delegation exchanges and resume bilateral cooperation mechanism with priority given to the Joint Checks Commission. For his part, the newly accredited Pakistani ambassador to Vietnam, Khadija Marie, expressed his honor to take on his new role in Vietnam. He pledged to do his utmost to deepen the traditional friendship between Vietnam and Pakistan for mutual benefits. A delegation from the Vietnamese embassy in France, led by Ambassador Đinh Toàn Thắng, visited Strasbourg, the capital of France's Grand region, marking their first official trip of 2025 aims at fostering local level cooperation between the two countries. During the two-day visit from February the 5th to the 6th, the delegation held a working session with the Chambers of Commerce and Industry, Alsace Eurometropole, the Grand Est Regional Council, and Eurometropole de Strasbourg. In Strasbourg, the delegation had a meeting with Jean Hamburger, president of the CCI Alsace Eurometropole. Ambassador Đinh Toàn Thắng proposed enhancing bilateral trade by increasing Vietnamese shipments of key products such as agricultural products, seafood, textile, and footwear to the Alsace market, while encouraging the import of high-tech products, pharmaceutical, and consumer goods from the region into Vietnam. Standard Chartered Bank forecast Vietnam's economy to grow by 7.5% and 6.1% for the first and second half of the year, respectively, compared to the same periods last year. According to the latest economic update report on Vietnam released on February the 7th by Standard Chartered Bank, the Vietnamese economy is forecast to expand by 6.7% in 2025. This growth is due to robust business activity and sustained foreign investment. Tourism is expected to be a key growth driver by increasing international arrival and the returns of Chinese tourists. Meanwhile, credit growth is predicted at 16% for 2025. Also, for Standard Chartered, global factors such as oil prices and global interest rates will be potential risks to the economy. Therefore, Standard Chartered experts believe that Vietnam needs to diversify its economy and enhance its ability to respond to natural disasters to ensure sustainable growth. Ladies and gentlemen, the Yên Tử Spring Festival opened in Uông Bí City, Quảng Ninh Province on February the 7th, the 10th day of the first lunar month, attracting nearly 20,000 domestic and international visitors. The annual Yên Tử Spring Festival serves as a reminder for future generations to honor their roots and cherish, preserve, and promote the valuable cultural tradition passed down by their ancestors. In 2025, the opening ceremony of the Yên Tử Spring Festival will be held in a more distinctive manner, recreating the ancient Spring Festival with rich traditional elements, including palanquin procession, offering, and spiritual rituals such as drum beating, the New Year blessing ceremony, and the Yên Tử Satio ceremony. In addition to famous historical site, Trúc Lâm Cultural Center, located at the foot of Yên Tử Mountain, has recreated the traditional test atmosphere with a series of activity and games imbued with Vietnamese culture. Experiential activity with the theme quintessence of Vietnamese culture will also take place all day as scenic sport. And that also wrap up our bulletin. Thank you for tuning in and goodbye for now.